right out the gate, I want to apologize for the audio. It's going to be muddled, and then it's going to get better, and it's going to get muddled again because I accidentally recorded the Game Boy audio way too loud, and my mic audio is still the same that I have it for pretty much when I record any other video game. So that's my fault. You know, I'm recording with new stuff, so my fault.
Today, we are hopping in to the greatest Dragon Ball experience in gaming history. A cultural classic that has been hated on for far too long. I grew up on this shit. A true successor to the legacy of Goku series.
Look, I'm gonna be completely honest. I got the bonnet on and, you know, the sleepwear on, right? Because I went to sleep for maybe 10-15 minutes, not even joking. Got back up, walked my dog, and then I was realizing I'm not about to put out a mediocre subpar video that I'm not happy with because I hate cringing at my own videos. I want to put out content that I actually want to watch back myself on days that I'm just chilling around the house or I'm just doing whatever. I could actually study my own work and improving it better. The reason I'm saying that is because, as you heard me say in the beginning of this video, I'm sure by the way I edit the video, I'll do a voiceover and tell you that the audio was way too loud on the Game Boy, and my mic audio is kind of exactly the same that I keep it for every other game. So I'm gonna go back in and replay through the intro and just give you my thoughts of how I'm feeling about the game as I'm going through it up to what I recorded before. So yes, I'm recording again, but don't let that put you off of like, oh, this is the first. It's never gonna be a first reaction type of thing. It's just, you know, I'm excited, and I was a little bit more excited, I could say, in the first version of the recording, but the energy is still here. You know, it's like I'm excited for this game no matter what because it's such a classic. Okay, so I just want that to be known. I'm sorry to just have this cut jump right inside of this, but yeah, you know, I appreciate any support that you throw my way, and let me know what some of your Dragon Ball games that you loved to play growing up. So like I just explained, this is me kind of jumping back into this video, this game that I had tried to record for already. Now let me know in the comments, why are we getting so much hate on Blue's Fury? Growing up, I absolutely loved this game. I thought it was probably the best out of the Legacy of Goku series. We're gonna start a new game because, again, I want you guys to kind of see the intro and walk through that scenario with me. This picks up right after Legacy of Goku 2. I'm sorry that this video is kind of like mishmashed and all together, right? So this picks up right after Legacy of Goku 2. If people out there that have not played this game don't know, all right, and you've never heard of this, Legacy of Goku 1 takes place from the start of the Z Saga all the way into the end of the Frieza Saga, and then Legacy of Goku 2 takes place right after that and picks up and then leaves off at the very end of the Cell Saga. Now, this is technically not a Legacy of Goku game on a technicality standpoint from the naming. It's just called Dragon Ball Z Blue's Fury. However, it does continue on with the elements in the RPG style and the gameplay style. They just spiced up some more stuff and put more things inside of the game, so you end up having a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's what got this game a lot of hate, but to me, I always thought this was the best out of the three, and I've always loved it the most. But I do get the appeal of the second game, and I get the appeal of the first game. First off, the first game was hard as hell, man. I don't care how old I get and replay those games. The first game was hard because of the damn wolves. Holy shit, those wolves were crazy in that game. So yeah, you see this is kind of foreshadowing the whole Boo thing. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to just sit here and then go through each story beat because we've all seen Dragon Ball, right? We can get a proper playthrough on the channel. If that's something that you really, really want, please let me know in the comments down below. And just one more sorry for having this kind of be mashed up together with the previous audio that you've seen, as well as like this new audio. I'm excited for this no matter how many times I played through this. I think the last time I actually played through the game, I was maybe 10 or 9. This game came out in 2004, so I was 4 when this game came out, and I was playing it back when it actually dropped. I kid you not, I was playing video games like that when this game dropped. So you can see this takes place right here on Snake Way. I think what makes this game so special, and I'm skipping through this, is they just added so much more that Legacy of Goku 2 and 1 didn't have, with like adding on the extra clothing items that you can have on to increase your experience that you will see. And then, you know, before I get kind of like too far into that and sidetracked and lose my train of thought, I think what makes this game stand out in the Dragon Ball storyline is how they actually place certain things that happen, whereas in the show you don't always know what's going on, and in the manga, right, like when things are going on. But yeah, anyways, you know, we're gonna go talk to King Yama. Back to what I was saying though, I just love the RPG elements of this game. I think RPGs kind of reign supreme when it comes to video games, and especially in the older genres. I would like to see a more modern version of this game. However, I know that a lot of people have been saying that Kakarot is kind of the modern version of the Legacy of Goku series. I definitely see the appeal in that, and I see what they're talking about, but I still feel as if we should get like a proper RPG, this type of 8-bit style, just more cleaned up, polished graphics and a more modern sense, because we have tons of games that are sort of doing it, like Hollow Knight and stuff like that, right? I know it's kind of a different style, but you get what I'm saying, like modern graphics, but not to the caliber of it being a complete fully open world RPG, like an action RPG like Kakarot is. I really do stand by. I think this is probably my favorite Dragon Ball game of all time. I've beaten this game I think 3 or 4 times, but everything else I've kind of just played multiple different playthroughs and haven't gotten through it. I'll show you more stuff. I'm gonna go into the menu and show you kind of like how you put together certain things. Now, let me know something down below. Do you think that this is a better RPG than the old Pokemon games? And I'm talking about old school Pokemon games, like older than Black and White, because I know a lot of people's intro to Pokemon was Black and White, but I'm talking like Soul Silver, Red, Blue, Ruby, Emerald, all of that. You know, like, do you think this is a better RPG? I personally think it is. I actually do. I know a lot of people don't think that, but I'm not a lot of people. I actually really enjoy this game, and I enjoy this as an RPG. So all these people around, they kind of use, and I love how they set it up, and I love how RPGs in general set these things up. They kind of set these people up to teach you how to play the game. You know, you got your A, your B, you got your left and right to switch between your I'm gonna show you. Let them finish talking. How are you guys doing, by the way? Let me know some more of the more of your favorite Dragon Ball games growing up, and you know, like, what was your introduction to Dragon Ball? How did you get most of the stories? A lot of people that love games got a lot of the story from the video games. So, you know, it's the same thing for Naruto. So with my left, you know, I can switch between my stuff. I have instant transmission, which I can lock onto a target, an item, or a chest or anything, and teleport there, and then it'll instantly bring me back. I love using this. It just takes a lot of ki. And then I have my regular ki blast that I can just shoot in rapid succession. And then I have my Kamehameha wave that when I do that, I just hold that and kind of indefinitely until my key bar is done. I have my blocking, which is with my right, and then I can block and attack at the same time, and then it kind of makes me invulnerable. This guy right down here kind of teaches you that. Do you want to know how to be invincible? He basically teaches you how to do that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just speed running this because, again, like, I this is like my second time recording this, and you know, I want to kind of get to some more points of the game and show you why I think this is it's just so good. I just love RPGs in general. Like, what are your favorite RPGs, or what are your favorite games in general? They're always some kind of an RPG. Like, I mean, like retro style RPG. So if I go into my menu here, you will see that I just picked up some weighted clothing. I accidentally pressed the wrong thing here. I picked up some weighted clothing, and the weighted clothing does make me slower. However, you'll see that it gains me more experience points. I think this game is pretty cool because I don't think you could do that in Legacy of Goku 1 or 2. You just played the game. You have accessories, you have things that are built more upon here, and I just love this so much more. I just don't understand. Somebody tell me what was so different about this game that made you think, oh my gosh, I can't play this. So right here, we're basically setting up. Again, for anybody that doesn't know the story of Dragon Ball, Goku died after fighting Cell with Gohan and stuff like that, and this is taking place right after that. and we're in the other world, the afterlife, and we're about to fight inside of a tournament and fight a pretty iconic person called Pycon. But first, we gotta fight this Hercules-looking guy that's been training down here for like 10,000 years. Also, soundtracks are always hitting. Oh my gosh. There's not a single one of these older games that don't have slapping soundtracks, period. Now, as we play through this game, you'll see how I like to play RPGs. And I'm kind of the same way, no matter what RPG I'm playing. I love to do like strength a little bit first. And people that's watched me play like Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne knows I like to do strength, increase my endurance and stuff if that's making my defense a little bit better. Other than that, you know, I'll do powers and stuff afterwards, but a lot of the game is going to be me being like right in front of people's faces. So you see I'm right up in here. I can level my stuff up now. Oh my gosh, it's freaking. And then my goal is I'm going to get my strength to 40, which I know I can, and then I'll start upgrading my power, try to get that to 35. Because there's a door that we can't go through until we are level 65, and as you can see right here, we're level 61, so we're gonna have to come through here and fight a couple of people anyway. So I'm gonna equip my instant transmission. I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna come back up, and you know, I'll be able to show you how instant transmission works a little bit. It freezes everything around me, and I can just go right to somebody, and then I go right back to where I was. And then I do that again. Yup. No, sir. No, sir. Hold up. Yup. Give me another level up. Oh my gosh, I'm on my bag right now. You're not running away from me. Instant transmission. Yup. So this stuff is kind of like your currency. It's like the Zenny. So I'm gonna equip that so you guys can see what that does. It's an accessory. And it's a white karate belt, and that raises my endurance. Basically, anything you see that glows green is what it's equipping to. This is so much of a different video than the first one that I recorded, because you know I was kind of like on that hype, super hype. I'm still hype. You can hear me. I'm talking about the game. I've always loved these games, but seriously, let me know if this is something you really want to see more of, because I really don't mind, you know, doing playthrough. Maybe we can figure out a way for me to do the whole playthrough on Patreon if you guys don't mind supporting me that way. Bop. No, sir. Hit you again. Bop. Done. Finito. Yeah, this game has so much potential, and I would love to see a new version of this game somewhere just soon. And then we get to fight him. I love the boss fights in these games as well. If you are a fan of these games and have already played a lot of these games, what's your favorite element of the game? No, sir. No, sir. Get your ass. Yup. Yup. Oh my gosh. Yup. Yup. I'll follow you in there as soon as I can. I need to get... So the character, the thing that is about to explain there, and this is something that's in all of the games, is it will show a color, and then it will show the number. So the color represents the character. The orange is representing Goku. So if it was blue, it would represent Vegeta. If it was purple, maybe Trunks. If it was green, Piccolo. Or a different color, it would be representing for Gohan. And then what level that character needs to be at. Of course, as you see, I'm level 64. So we're going to go ahead and level up this to 40. By the time I get to my next level, I'll be able to have this be up on level 40. And you'll see why I'm upgrading strength so much. You see how much easier it is to just beat him. I'm doing 120 something damage on it. I think Kirito and SAO made a very good point. When you're playing an RPG, the numbers are literally everything. Oh my gosh, bro. I can listen to the OST for this game so much, over and over. That's something that, you know, that's huge for me. I mentioned that in every single game that I play. You have to really sell me on your game through the soundtrack and just all of the other elements that you have going on in your game. Because it does make or break a game. And if you're not like selling me on those aspects, then you need to be doing something really, really well with the gameplay style. In this case, they do well on both ends. So I'm next level. I'm gonna be able to get this to 40, then I'm gonna get this to 29. Character, yep. And then I can just go through. So on this, I already know there's gonna be a box up here. Because, well, actually, I'm gonna have to do the command mail wave first, and then there's gonna be a box up here, and then I'll have to go in there to get it. And you'll see one of my favorite things coming up soon about this game. Something that the Pokemon series hadn't really shared until like way later in their life cycle. And this is gonna go back down. It's gonna get my key back up. It's gonna tell me the instant transmission. And I know the game looks very linear right now, but I promise you, the game is not entirely linear like this. This is just the beginning portions of the game because this is showing you like, hey, we have to do these things first. And it's kind of laying out the groundwork of the game. This is, of course, the famous scene of all the Kais arguing with each other, which I think is hilarious. I would like to see these other Kais reintroduced in Super. And I think it's pretty unique that they got the entire Super tournament of like all these universes kind of from this. If, you know, RIP Akira Toriyama, I'm still not past that. If the right person is up for the job to further on the work and creation, I think that we have the potential to have another skip within like a 200-year thing or something like that, because you'll see as you go through the game and as you go through the history of like Dragon Ball, technically both Pikkon and Goku lost because they touched the top of the ceiling, right? And the Grand Kai had said we'll hold another tournament in like 100 or 200 years or something. So realistically, that could be the arc for like GT, right? When everybody dies, you have another version of like Dragon Ball after everybody's passed away, and then they're all participating in these tournaments because you already have the structure for a universe tournament, and it was set up here first. I get it, in Super it was thrusted into like all these multiverses, but this was still like, hey, you have the north side, the west side, east side, south side of the universes, and all these warriors from training from 10,000 years ago and all this extra stuff inside of this afterworld thing. And I always thought it was something that was underutilized because they just had it for a small piece of the show and then they just never talked about it again. Also, don't you think it would be a really good idea if Goku actually used Kaioken when he was in Super Saiyan 3 fighting Kid Buu? Like he used Super Saiyan here and then Kaioken? I know they don't show it in the video game. Pikkon was really him though. He came out the gate like, bruh, I spanked that Cell and Frieza at the same time. I have so many of these videos coming, y'all don't even know. So we don't actually get to do like all the individual fights for all of this, but we get to see it. Yeah, I don't know, for me, they just they put so much detail inside of this game, and I think that's why I put it up on the list. It's not like the other games didn't put the detail there, but they added so much to this game. Brum brum brum, brum brum brum, bum bum bum, bum bum. Goku really came in here and just like flexed on everybody, and the only person that wasn't scared of him was freaking Pikkon. Everybody else just didn't know his potential yet. Literally, this game made me enjoy the Buu Saga more than the actual show did.
The freaking soundtrack is unmatched. The only thing that matches. So look, the whole game is filled with these types of tracks. I felt like Legacy of Goku 2, they just had the soundtrack. I mean, the other sounds were great too, but I feel like every sound in Boost Fury is iconic. All right, I'm kidding. I don't want to get too much hate for Legacy of Goku because I love that game. Like I absolutely love that game. So I don't want to like just spread it and just be like, yeah, haha, all this hate. I actually love that game. Pop. And this is why I like upgrading strength so much. Holy shit, my attacks are doing so much damage. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super Saiyajin. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, bro, you can block all you want, bro. I'm still him. I'm going crazy right now. 66. It's crazy that all those planets and everything was between the realm, like between Otherworld and just this arena that Grand Kai had. So I never understood, is the Grand Kai lower than Supreme Kai? Or still higher? I feel like this is what gaming is all about, man. Just go back, enjoy the games that you enjoy. Why are we out here stressing over the best new selling game? I got so caught up in that with like my channel. Dog, I'm gonna still do new shit. Don't get me wrong. And I love the new games that are coming out. The right ones, excuse me. But there's no need for it, bro. We have emulators. We have old stuff if you were old enough to actually have it. And if not, then you could just buy it. I actually own Dragon Ball. Yeah, of course, I own this game. But I actually own, you know, like a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and all these other stuff. So you see, we get to pick up here with Gohan. You see his stats are going to be way lower than Goku's. He's basically 10 levels under Goku, but has stats way lower in every metric that you could possibly imagine. But frame one, what I really do love is that you can go in here and all of your stuff, all your inventory is shared. So this is going to make my endurance and my speed go up. I'm gonna do this to make my speed go down and let Gohan level up more, because you gotta remember, we're gonna be using Gohan basically the majority of the time, and it's gonna be a while before we get back to Goku, because Goku's gonna come back, of course, when the tournament and stuff picks up. But for the time being, we're gonna use the stuff that we got with Goku, and that's why I said it's something that really we don't get to see in other RPGs where things are shared and stuff until like later on. So this is kind of where the game starts to open up like a lot more. Like literally you just have that small opening section where it's extremely linear. Then you have this part where the game opens up more and it's like, hey, here's everything that's going on. You know, they have these hidden things that you guys got to go up to and just know what to look for, which is always hard. So you can always just like click on other stuff. I love how they like changed up the room. The reason I'm saying that is because it was the second game where you had you played as like young Gohan, and he had like Nightmare where the window was open and you had to go out in the woods and fight Final Form Frieza as the opening of Legacy of Goku 2, because you were going off of Legacy of Goku 1. They were with the perception that Goku died, of course, at the end of his fight with Frieza, which, as we know, isn't exactly accurate. I hope you guys have been appreciating the videos that I've been dropping, because I've been dropping videos pretty much every day, if not every day, every other day. Again, it just comes with me just loving to create videos and actually peeling back a lot of the layers that I was doing in a lot of my videos and just keeping it simplistic. And also just doing more stuff that I love. I love talking about games. I love, you know, bringing you on this journey. I want to build this community. Yo, Chi-Chi really is a great wife, and I feel like nobody talks about it because everybody's just annoyed by Chi-Chi and her nagging, but she's pretty justified. You know, she puts up with a lot from Goku, but at the same time, she can't say too much against Goku. And I only say that because
Goku has done so much, and he even chose life with her over being God, like literally over Kami himself. So you can see the game opens up here. I don't have to go on the Nimbus Cloud and then go into Orange City, or I guess it's Satan City. I can just go right over here and start training. So that Z is for me to turn Super Saiyan, by the way. This is the Masenko. I was never a big fan of how they did the Masenko in this game. I feel like every character in this game has sort of like that type of projectile that you can scan and track with. But yeah, I used to go in here and just kind of like mess around and just try to focus on leveling up, because there's a lot of secrets that you get by just roaming around and doing different stuff in the game that you don't get if you just beelining the story, because there are certain doors that you can't open up with you know, you got to be a certain level and etc. It's an RPG, so you know, there's lots of exploration going on. So this is where something like a Masenko would be pretty useful. Bop. But then again, I don't have any key right now, and I don't have any well, there we go. I just gotta level up. I was gonna say I don't have any items right now that would level up my key in case I was like out. I know this is here for like good luck, so that helps like with your drops. Okay, this does restore my energy. They say energy, but you know, it's key. And just like that, I'm getting closer and closer to like the level 60s. Basically, before I actually go inside of the city for the first time, I like to be 65. So I will grind up until I'm like 65. I don't know how much of it you'll see. This shows you right here that I have to be level 140 before I can go over there. I already know what's over there. It's gonna be one of those like robot things. For the people that know, you know what I'm talking about, and they are actually kind of difficult to fight. But I do feel like a lot of these games are way more trivial than how I perceived it as a little child. Because as a kid, I thought like everything was difficult. But I just love these games for the sake of that. I can just pour so much time into them, and I just love doing that. Like I said, this is like probably my favorite RPG, and I could sit on this game for hours and hours. So yeah, if this is really something you want to see, please, by all means, let me know. Level 60, just like that. Remember, we started level 55 on 20 strength. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and power up to Super Saiyan for y'all so y'all can see how that's like. And you just stay in it, and then that gold bar goes down over time. And they kind of do the same multipliers as they do in the show. When you're Super Saiyan 1, I think all your base stats are increased by like 50 times, but I think they do it to a little bit, like a lot less than that, of course, but something that would be equivalent of that in this. Like your speed is ×2 in this. And you can like just go right back whenever you want to. Man, they really came a long way from where it was in Legacy of Goku 1. So we're taking the Nimbus. We end up going back into Satan City or Hercule City. We got the Z-Mart right here where we can buy some stuff. We're not going to even look in there yet. Oh my gosh, this soundtrack, bro. I'm just gonna take a moment to appreciate this again, because it's so good, it's so beautiful. Oh my lord. I'm sorry if you skipped ahead, bro. I had to take that moment. All right, nobody try and be a hero. Yo, I thought this was funny how like in the actual show in the manga, he goes behind like a building or something, tries to hide out of sight, and this he's like, nobody's gonna recognize me. I can't have them recognize me. I'll just transform into a Super Saiyan. As if that's gonna really hide your face just because you have a different hairstyle is crazy. He's just crazy to think this would work in general. But yeah, you know, he turns into Super Saiyan right there in the middle of the street where everybody can see him, then flies off still wearing his school uniform and everything. Everybody's like, wow, he's amazing, what happened? Videl comes, we meet Videl. She's like, did you see anything? Of course he's like, yikes, I didn't see shit. I don't know what's going on here. Everybody else is like, well, we thought he knew you because he had your same uniform on. And that gave her the hint to go and try and search for this golden warrior at what was it, the Orange High School. Orange Star High School. So here again, you can see the game's opening up way more. We're gonna take a right here because Hercule's house is actually right up the steps right here. And Hercule actually has an artifact inside of his house right over here in this chest that we can put inside of his museum. So after we grab that artifact, or I guess you can call it an exhibit, we go in here, Hercule Cafe. Sorry, the Hercule Cafe is closed. The cargo plane that was delivering Hercule exhibits to the cafe has lost all the exhibits. And then we can't open theme without it. So, did you find any exhibits? Yes, thank you. There are 24 still missing. Boom. Now you think the Z exhibit that we found would go towards that, but no, that goes towards something else entirely, completely different. We go up here. Little ass kids playing around. And right here we are at the Orange Star High School. All right, so I'm gonna save it there. This is kind of where I stopped playing when I recorded the initial video. If you want to see me continue and progress through this game, please let me know in the comments, because I will do this the same day that I start seeing comments and just upload a part 2 or something. Would you just let me know how you want to do this? Because you know, I could post the whole series on Patreon, and it's gonna take me a little bit before I can have everything on Patreon, of course, 'cause I have to play through the game. And yeah, I could just stitch everything together in one long video or a couple of different parts and just have it available only for my Patreon subscribers. Or if you feel like just staying on YouTube, what I can do is continue to play through this and make it sort of like a longer video, not as many cuts or edits or anything. We just go through the whole thing, almost like a stream, but we just post it for members only. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, because I have a little surprise for you tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for the love and support. Stay safe out there. Peace.